good morning. This is your girl Kiana and I am back with another video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a reaction to the Crimson Cure. Before I jump into the reaction, go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And if you're not already following my Instagram is at IAM_KIIIKI. So shout out to Math Maddox. I am sorry if I butchered your name. So thank you so much for sending me this video, and let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, Femininity coach and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about today is why Black women really can't stand femininity. And I know I've circled around this topic a couple of times, but until we as Black women get it, I'm gonna have to keep circling around to the various things that's got us messed up in the game, that's really got us in a situation where we don't even understand the femininity that we supposed to have. And even though I got a clip to share with you, I just really want to talk for a quick second about our perception. But you know what? Let me show you the clip. Shout out once again to Daily Wrap Up crew. And I'm just gonna share it real quick with you guys.
It says, do women feel like they should compete for a man?
No.
Really?
No, not at all.
That's
One,
surprising.
you could be the best woman out here, be the best guac giver, all that. Like, you could be the best at everything, the best, his best, everything. And he will still go cheat on you with something less. So,
It's just 20 seconds in. Okay, I'm gonna let him finish.
but don't compete for that man.
Just
Why? Wait, I want to know. Don't compete for that man. If a man loves you,
I will.
wait. No. Why would I compete when I'm the prize?
What? What?
No.
The prize in what aspect? Like,
The prize in terms of you as a man are
But
9 out of 10, you're pursuing me.
I want to pause that right there. I do want to hear what Kendra has to say and give it her perspective, but the fact that this young lady says she's the prize, just because a man is pursuing that woman and going after her, she's the prize because she has something that is valuable. The only thing that a woman really has that would be of value is her womb to bear his children. And if she can be there to support him and be his helpmate. Society has seriously made women believe that we are just bad bees, meaning like we are literally just that it girl, and men are just supposed to come chasing after us just because we look good. Looks stop at everything, especially with the type of attitude when I'm the prize. Looks stop there, because the ego, the attitude, and the cockiness, you're not humbly beautiful. You're not humble as a woman. And being feminine and in your femininity, you're humble. You're, not quick to anger. Like, wait, hold on. What you talking about? Because I'm the prize. It's giving little girl syndrome. I'm gonna continue though.
No, I mean by the standard of what it is. I have never dated somebody that was more valued or cherishable. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the people that I choose, they're bad picks for real. So
whose issue is that? Didn't I talk about the apple picker? Didn't I just have a conversation with everybody about she just proved my point. She hasn't had anybody that was more valuable in a relationship than her. So then you've never met your better. She's never met a man that's her better. But they say that to indicate that they're there are no men that are better, and there are, sweetheart. You just, like I said, 50 apples to a cart. 10 apples are rotten. You run into all 10 of them. That's a apple picking problem. What's the other 40 apples then? The other 40 apples is what? How did you manage to bypass 40 apples to get to the rotten 10? Let's keep going just a little while.
I'm the
That's
prize.
how you a bad quarterback.
I could be. I'm trying to get better. I'm working on it, okay? But what I'm saying is this: I'm the shit. So I'm not fighting for you. I'm not playing no game for you. If you want to play the field, that's fine. We can both play the field together. And at the end of the day, when you sit down and you look at all your cards, if you decide it's not me, that's your mistake to make. But what
I'm sorry, I wanted to pause that again because she's like, if you want to play the field, we can play the field together. Why does it have to be a man playing the field and exercising his options and the woman has to do that too? You have to understand that this man is competing against other men, and as women, you are competing against other women for him. The fact that she says, well, I don't want to compete. I don't think women should compete. If you have this man that is a high earner, or if you have this man that can possibly change your life, I'm just going to speak regularly, right? If you have a man that can change you for the better, change your attitude, change your outlook on life, if you have a man that can change your mindset, if you have a man that can change your way of living, if you have a man that can even put you into a better position and help you level up, right? And he doesn't even have to be a high earner, because a high value man can be a man that changes you for the better. It doesn't just have to be with money, right? But in the sense of, if a man is a high value man, you're going to compete against other women for him, because he is one of those that is really hard to find. And if you think he's just going to pick you out of other women that may look just as good as you, but they speak better than you, they come correct a lot better than you can, you are in for a rude awakening. Because men are not going to pick a woman that says, well, I'm the prize and I'm not going to, for anybody. I'm sorry, sis. You have to understand the way of the dating world. You have to understand the type of man that you want is going to have other women looking for him too. And best believe he's looking at other women, because that attitude is the first thing to get you out the door. So yes, you have to compete against other women. You have to. This is crazy to me. It's really crazy.
I'm not about to do is sit here and make a fool of myself and do this whole pick me thing for what? You see what I bring to the table in the beginning. You know how I'm giving it up. People, I'm serious. Men tell me all the time, oh, you're a different type of woman. You got passion.
What exactly?
I wanna let me skip forward just a little bit so you can hear her say this.
What do y'all be looking for us to do? Because my thing is, I feel like a lot of the times what I see is like men want women to like embarrass themselves, basically to be like chosen. Like that's what I was about to say. That goes back to what I was saying.
Walking Brooklyn for cheesecake. That's embarrassing.
What?
And I'm gonna stop it right there. Because Black women, we gotta do better than this, than the narratives. We regurgitate this stuff like it's a fact, like it's the lived experience of most of you. First thing first, one of the young ladies was like, you can be a man everything and he's still gonna cheat. Y'all have never been a man's everything, because y'all don't know how to be a man's everything, and y'all ain't been in no relationship to be a man's everything, to quote unquote get cheated on. Because if you really want to be real, if you ain't never been married, you ain't never been cheated on. How about that? We got to stop running with these, just running off at the narrative. about what is being said to us and what we're saying and why we're saying it. That's the defense that Black women have against femininity. We don't want to be feminine, and we don't want to get into that energy with a man because he gonna cheat on you, quote unquote, with something less.
And I find it funny that a female who will say, oh, a man will get into a relationship with you and you be his everything and he still cheat on you. Obviously, you weren't his everything, because if you were his everything, he wouldn't even have eyes for another woman. And that's what a lot of females these days, and they use excuses like, well, I'm not going to date no man because as soon as I get in a relationship with him, I'm not going to even give him all of me. I'm not going to cook his food. I'm not going to wash his clothes. I'm not going to do any of that, because once I start doing all that, he's going to look elsewhere. And that's not what it is. Because if you are doing all the things that a woman should be doing, nurturing. So literally, if he's taking care of you, then you should be taking care of his needs and his wants without a rebuttal, without any of the negativity. A man don't want to hear that. He wants to have peace in his home. So obviously, you're not his everything if he's going out looking for something elsewhere.
Let me let y'all in on a little something. 1 second. If in fact a man is calling himself getting his needs met by another woman, it's probably because you have this attitude with him. You have this attitude with him. And I'm not here to say cheating is right or wrong, whatever the case may be. It's a deal breaker for some, it's not a deal breaker for others. But I'm going to get into this at another point this week. Black women overuse cheating because, like I said, the half of y'all ain't been in a relationship to get cheated on, let alone a marriage and a commitment of any type at all. You ain't said no vow before man or God or beast. And you think because you've been kicking it with a dude for 3 weeks and letting him dig your guts out, that that's a relationship, and now he's supposed to text another female, because if he do text her on Facebook or DM her on Instagram, now he's cheating on you. You ain't in a relationship, boo-boo kitty. We're going to have to stop it with these narratives about femininity and why we're afraid to be women. And why we always equate our being women to whatever it is, the quality of men that we think do or don't deserve that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have the women that are women overall. They are women across the board. It doesn't matter what type of guy they come in contact with. You have women that are feminine just by nature. They didn't have to be taught how to be feminine. They may have had some help from their mom, but at least they are women and they embrace their femininity. They embrace what women are supposed to be. And you have Black women that want to be so strong and so independent that they use cheating as an excuse for not to be feminine in a relationship.
And then equating femininity or feminine women to pick-me women or women who would degrade or women who would embarrass themselves. It's not embarrassing for a woman to be a woman. It's not an embarrassment. It's not a degradation. It's not a devaluing of a Black woman to be a woman. We readily admit that other groups of women are feminine and we are not. But then on the flip side of that, we talk about them women in a negative way. Oh, she's a pushover. Oh, she's a doormat. Oh, she's a pick-me. Oh, she's a this, she's a that. We're the only group of women that have specific derogatory terms that we like to use to point towards other feminine women, especially feminine Black women.
This whole pick-me notion of a woman just because she's feminine, a man is going to likely pick her anyways because she doesn't have the attitude. You're setting yourself apart from the women who are actually feminine, but it's really sad that the women who want to be picked, they are not being picked because they are not in their feminine energy. They are not real women. And they talk about other women, they bash other women for being what a man wants. But you could be that type of woman too. The fact that it has been such a derogatory term that has been used so loosely, like, and so negative, in such a negative light, is really sad that Black women literally take everything about being a woman and they flip it. It's sad that a woman can't be a woman without being teased for it. And that's something on our parts as women that need to stop. Because how is it that women that are being called pick-me's are the ones that have the men? Obviously, they're doing something right. And maybe instead of looking at it in such a bad way, you need to embrace your femininity also. Instead of talking so bad about another woman for what she's doing, oh, pick me, pick me. All that, that's childish, that's elementary. All that is you being mad and bitter. And all the women that are saying, oh, pick-me's are in one area of the world, they're in one area, and then all the other women over there looking at her like, yeah, she a pick-me. Yeah, she gonna do whatever she needs to do to get that man. But yet you're the one over here talking about her when she's not doing anything but being a woman. There's so many women out here that need to learn how to actually take a look in the mirror instead of talking bad about them. Because you're a hater. You shouldn't be a hater and you wanted a man. Because while you're sitting here talking about these other women, she's out here being happy with her life. Because she has a partner. Because she has a companion. And you're sitting here still single. They say misery loves company, and it's surely right. Because the women that's over here looking at the other women like, oh, she'll pick me. They're gonna be single for the rest of their lives if they keep that attitude. And it's sad because a lot of the other women that talk about the women that are so-called pick-me's is usually the older women. The ones in like their 30s, 40s. That been through relationships with men and didn't properly vet. But at this point, it's like a sense of women not really being in their femininity because that's why they don't know how to properly vet. They are not women. They don't know how to respect themselves. They don't know how to show the respect for themselves and show respect for men.
We really run a sister down. I can't tell you how many times women get in my comment section and say the nastiest, filthiest things to me. The name calling is on 1,000 with my so-called sisters who believe in girl power, who believe in black girl magic, who believe in the sisterhood of black women.
And that's the bad part about it. It's only good. The sisterhood is only good when women can gather together and talk about one another in a bad way. You hardly see that many women getting together and uplifting one another, helping each other build, helping each other's attitude especially. You hardly see women doing that. Because they'd rather talk about you than help you. They'd rather talk about you than help themselves. And that's all they can do because they're not good for being an actual woman. Because those females are already set in their ways. They're afraid of femininity at this point. Because femininity is going to get them cheated on. No, femininity will get you a man. Femininity will get you loved. Femininity will help you become secure and stable. Because what you gonna do when you don't have a man and you don't have kids? And it's crazy because Kevin Samuels always asks this to single women who are in their late 20s, almost 30s. And he asks, what does your social life look like as a 50, 60 something year old woman? And you hear crickets because they don't have a social life. All those friends that they used to bash men with, either those women got married or they are in a relationship because they realize that they will forever be single. And they realize that they will forever be alone. They don't have a social life because all their social life was to bash other women who are doing things right and to bash men because they didn't properly vet. A real woman knows what to look for in a man. And it's crazy because a lot of women always say, well, I don't want to look for a man just because he's going to financially support me, or because, you know, I want to have my own. You can have your own. It's nothing wrong with being your own boss. It's nothing wrong with having your own money. But when it comes to a man is not looking at your money. He's looking at how you are. And you cannot be one type of woman in the beginning of the relationship and become something else at the end. You can't play feminine. Because you do have these women who are manipulators that are out here playing like they are all so feminine, you know, hi, I will do everything for you. I will listen to you. I will cooperate. And then as soon as y'all start living together, she arguing with you. Hold on. This is why we didn't argue in the beginning of the relationship? Because you was waiting to the right time? Because you was waiting to show your true colors? You should have showed me in the beginning before I wasted my time. This is what men are thinking. This is what men are thinking. And that attitude that the girl had, I don't want to be no pick me. Why is pick me such a bad term? Why is it even a term? Why is doing the right thing as a woman and being feminine so bad? Because you want to be just like a man? If you really want to be just like a man, I bet you one day living as a man, you will want to be like, you know what? Let me switch myself up. Because men have it so much harder than women do. Women are always able to take the easy route out. While men, on the other hand, have to fight every single day for what they want. And then they still got to fight for you. And then they still have to fight you because of your attitude. They still have to fight because you're sitting here talking about, I don't want to be a pick-me. Sis, come on now. This is a serious conversation. I thank you so much to the subscriber that sent this to me. Because when I saw this video come up, I was like, hey, that title rings a bell. That title, Black Women Can't Stand Femininity. Black women have to do better instead of bashing other women for being feminine. All right, so I'm gonna stop that video right there. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And until the next time, I will see you then. Bye.